Good luck with that. Seriously, it's not for the faint of heart. The halls of government may look grand and imposing, but behind those doors, the process of making a law is anything but straightforward. Making a law sounds simple. See a problem, demand a law, and done, right? If only it were that easy. In reality, it takes more than just a good idea and a loud voice. It takes patience, persistence, and a willingness to navigate a maze of procedures and opinions. Take the classic escalator rage at Raffles Place MRT. You want a stand left, walk right law, fines and all. It feels like common sense, but getting everyone to agree, and then getting it written into law, is a whole different story. But your idea is just that, an idea. Turning it into law is a marathon, not a sprint. You'll need to gather support, convince skeptics, and keep your cool as the process drags on for months or even years. The process is long, complicated, and designed to be tough for a reason. Every step is there to make sure only the best, most thought-out ideas survive. It's a test of endurance, not just enthusiasm. Imagine if anyone could make laws overnight. Chaos. The complexity filters out bad ideas. It's a safeguard, making sure that laws aren't just made on a whim or in the heat of the moment. Every proposal gets poked, prodded, and debated from every angle. Committees scrutinize every word, experts weigh in, and politicians argue over the tiniest details. So, our escalator hero's quest is about to enter the political machine, where even the best ideas get chopped up, amended, or ignored. Sometimes what comes out barely resembles what went in. It's a process that can turn optimists into cynics, but it's also the foundation of democracy. The system may be slow and frustrating, but it's built to protect us all. Brace yourself. We're going in. You've got your idea. Now what? You need an MP to sponsor it. Regular folks can't just walk into Parliament. The MP and legal experts turn your idea into a formal bill, packed with legal jargon. This isn't a tweet. It's a dense document, every word scrutinized. The bill gets its first reading in Parliament, a formality where the title is read and copies handed out. No debate, no drama, just, here's something to read. Now your idea is officially on the agenda, a small fish in a big pond. It exists, but hasn't done anything yet. Most bills get sent to committee, sometimes to be forgotten. Still, it's a crucial first step. The escalator revolution has begun, on paper. After the first reading, the bill faces its first real test, the committee. A group of MPs, the super capo aunties of Parliament, examine every detail. They hold hearings, call in experts, and grill the bill for loopholes and unintended consequences. For our escalator law, they might consult engineers, sociologists, and mall managers. Amendments are proposed, maybe the fine changes or exceptions are added. The bill can be improved, watered down, or even rewritten. After weeks or months, the committee issues a report: pass, amend, or reject. Many bills die here, quietly. If your bill survives, it's a huge win. It's passed the expert test. Onward. If the bill survives committee, it returns to Parliament for the second reading, the main event. This is where the real drama begins, and the stakes are higher than ever. The chamber fills with anticipation as MPs prepare to make their voices heard, each side ready to defend their position with passion and precision. The MP in charge makes their case, laying out the bill's purpose and why it matters. Then, MPs from all parties jump into debate. Supporters praise the bill's potential, highlighting its benefits and the problems it aims to solve, while opponents warn of overreach, unintended consequences, or enforcement nightmares. They raise tough questions, challenge assumptions, and sometimes even propose alternatives. Political theater ensues, fiery speeches, pointed questions, and the occasional dramatic pause, but all within strict rules. Every MP must follow time limits, address the speaker, and respect parliamentary procedure, no matter how heated things get. After hours or sometimes days of debate, it's time to vote. Aye or no. The speaker calls for order, and the chamber holds its breath as the results are tallied. If it passes, the bill enters the committee of the whole House. Here, every MP can participate, and they debate and vote on every single clause and amendment, line by line. This is where the details get hammered out: fines, exceptions, hours of enforcement, and all the technicalities that make a law work in practice. It's meticulous, sometimes tedious, but absolutely essential. Once every clause is settled and every amendment considered, the bill moves to the third reading, a final, usually quick vote to approve the finished product. If it passes, it's almost law. MPs celebrate, knowing they've shaped something significant. The escalator bill is nearly at the finish line, just a few steps away from becoming official. But there's one last hurdle, another round of scrutiny and approval before it can become law. The process is tough, designed to weed out weak ideas and ensure only the best, most carefully considered proposals survive. Every detail is checked, every argument weighed, every step is a test, a challenge, and a chance to improve the law. Almost there. Think this is just for politicians? Not quite. The democratic process isn't reserved for those in power or people with fancy titles. It's open to everyone, including you, your friends, and your community. Regular people can influence the process. Petitions show public support, making it harder for MPs to ignore your idea. When you gather signatures, you're building a visible movement that demands attention. Lobbying isn't just for big corporations. Anyone can write to MPs, form advocacy groups, or present research. Even a single well-written letter or a thoughtful report can spark a conversation in Parliament. Public consultations let you submit feedback directly to committees considering new bills. These sessions are designed for your voice to be heard, whether you're an expert or just passionate about an issue. Your input can shape amendments and decisions. Lawmakers often rely on public feedback to refine proposals, so your suggestions can make a real difference in the final law. Social media campaigns, letters to newspapers, and viral videos can make your issue impossible to ignore. In today's digital world, a single post can rally thousands and put pressure on decision-makers overnight. If enough people care, politicians have to listen. Public rallies, peaceful protests, and community gatherings show leaders that the people are watching and expect action. The formal process belongs to Parliament, but momentum comes from the ground up. Real change starts with ordinary people who refuse to stay silent and push for what matters. Get involved, make noise, and you can help shape the laws that govern us all. Democracy needs your voice. Don't sit this out. Your participation is what keeps our system alive and thriving. The bills passed Parliament. Victory, right? Not so fast. There's one last hurdle, the head of state's assent. In some countries, the president or monarch can veto the bill, sending it back with objections. Legislatures can try to override a veto, but it usually takes a supermajority. Very tough to achieve. In Singapore, the president's veto is limited to specific areas like financial reserves. This final check prevents any one branch from having absolute power. It's a safeguard against mistakes and abuse. Only after this step does a bill become law. Every stage is about balance and scrutiny. The journey isn't over until the ink is dry. After all that, your bill becomes law, official, published, enforceable. But look at the journey. Most bills never make it. Why so complicated? To protect us from bad laws and unchecked power. A fast process would be dangerous. Laws could pass on a whim, with no scrutiny. The complexity forces debate, compromise, and expert input. Every step is a filter for problems and unintended consequences. It ensures minority voices are heard and impacts are considered. It's slow and messy, but that's the price of careful governance. Making laws should be hard, because everyone has to live by them. So if you have a great idea, be ready for the long haul. Maybe you'll be the one to finally fix our escalators. Good luck, you'll need it.